What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to Flix Talk Podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Brightburn, the brand new horror, sci-fi, superhero type movie that had the internet going crazy, and I think it's going to have you guys going a little crazy this Memorial Day weekend. Now, this film is directed by David Yarovesky. Now, he did a couple of music videos and such, but this is like his major Hollywood debut, so it's pretty cool. Kind of seeing someone wet behind the ears jump into this whole genre because it's really hard to figure out what I thought of this movie. Now, this film is written by the Gunn brothers, Brian and Mark Gunn, and more notably produced by Mr. Guardians of the Galaxy himself, James Gunn. And this film does star Elizabeth Banks as Tori, David Denman as Kyle, and Jackson A. Dunn as Brandon, just to name a few. Now, this film did come out May 24, 2019, and it has a runtime of 1 hour and 31 minutes. Alright guys, so this film does take place in the city of Brightburn, and it's a really small rural community. I mean, everybody kind of knows everybody by their name and knows pretty much all of their business when shit goes down. So we're introduced to Tori and Kyle, and we see that they're really trying to conceive a baby. We see books all over the place about them trying to conceive. It looks like they have for some time, but they are not successful. So one night they try to conceive, and actually they do hear a rumble, and it's an asteroid or a meteor or some kind of spaceship does crash land in their backyard. They go to explore it, and then we just get a quick jump into 10 years flash forward where we get to see young Brandon kind of blossoming into his preteen years, and we do find out that he was adopted, and I believe it's on his 12th birthday that he starts experiencing something really weird, and it's coming from the spaceship that he crash landed on Earth from. Now, this starts making him do a lot of crazy things, guys, and he starts to act completely out of the norm and just very evil. His parents start to notice it, his classmates start to notice it right away, and everyone's trying to figure out what they can do with young Brandon. Now, without getting too much more into the plot, guys, I'm going to leave this a spoiler-free review. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let you guys watch it and determine what you guys thought of this whole plot and structure of this film. So right off the bat, guys, walking out of Brightburn, I felt a bit conflicted because I thought that this movie did not know what it wanted to be. Did it want to be a dramatic film? Did it want to be a superhero film? Did it want to be a comedy at times? Did it want to be a horror movie? Because it does contain all of those elements, guys. You guys are going to find that. And also the structure of it was a little odd to me because you do get kind of thrown into this world of anti-hero where you get to see a lot of things flashed at you, and then it kind of, you know, drops in speed as far as young Brandon will do something crazy, and then his parents are trying to figure him out, and they go on a little retreat, and then Brandon does something crazy again, and then his parents want to take him away on another retreat for some bonding time, and it keeps getting a little repetitive at times. I felt like the structure was kind of going up and down, where instead of, you know, you got a rising roller coaster, you just have something that's all over the place, and that was my gripe a little bit with this film. Now, jumping right to the horror aspect of this movie, I absolutely loved all the gore in this movie, even though it kind of built up, because I was hearing about how gory this film was, guys, but it really built up to that. I mean, I think we don't get our first brutal kill until maybe 35-40 minutes into the movie, and it's not even that graphic. I mean, for me, it wasn't. I mean, I had a lot of people around me kind of, you know, shock and awe and stuff like that, but it's not anything too insane. There are a few kills that are really like, whoa, it makes your stomach a little queasy, but a definite standout was this kid, Jackson A. Dunn. I hadn't seen him really in anything, so he was a fresh face to me, and that's always refreshing, guys, because I think he did a really good acting job playing that real loner kid that's kind of just really into his studies, though he's really blossoming into a young man, and he's, you know, he's going through puberty and exploring himself, and he really likes a girl at school, so we get to see all of that, as well as him talking with his father about, you know, the whole talk, the sex talk. It's really kind of relatable, but like I said, this movie is kind of sliced and diced with a bunch of different aspects of subgenres of film that you kind of get lost in the clutter. Now, like always, Elizabeth Banks' character Tori, she always does a great job of acting her ass off, guys, so I have no gripes with her at all. She plays a loving mother who's really just trying to figure out what the hell is going on with her adopted son, and ultimately she just finds out that he's pure evil. Now, the character of Kyle, played by David Denham, who I'm just going to call Roy from The Office because that's all I remember him from, guys.
Right! Right!
I haven't really seen much of him other than this movie and maybe 13 Hours. He kind of plays the logical dad and the logical person in this whole film that once things start to happen, he automatically starts putting the pieces together, he starts to realize that Brandon is really the root of all of this horror. Now, for the majority of this film, guys, I did have an okay time with it, though a little parts, even though it was only an hour and 31 minutes, there was a little bit of slow time here and there. But it wasn't too bad because I understand they were developing the character of Brandon. But like I said, it was so chopped and skewed. I wish they would have just kind of focused on a lot of the bonding towards the beginning of the film and then made the whole third act just pure horror. Instead, like the last 15 minutes of this movie is just pure bonkers, off the wall, just insanity with Brandon just running amok and acting crazy. Now, whatever happens with this Brightburn movie, guys, I actually would like to see a little more follow-up from this world, and I would like to explore a little more of the lore and see kind of where he came from, because we do get to see, guys, and it's no spoiler at all, that he does come from space. He's not of this earth at all. He could be from another dimension. Who knows? But he came from the sky, and I would like to see a little more backstory because I thought it was very interesting, him having all these abilities and him exploring. It was almost like watching a young male Captain Marvel type of movie where he's exploring his powers for the first time. So all in all, guys, I had a pretty good time with Brightburn. It really wasn't anything to brag about too much, guys. It was kind of like a one and done type of film. I thought it was cool, and it was definitely something that I hadn't seen, and because of that, I'm going to give this film a solid 7 out of 10, saying definitely go check it out, especially if you guys are horror or thriller fans. I think you guys should definitely check it out with a group of friends this weekend. And on a side note, guys, there's a little bit of annoying tweets going on by certain people saying that this movie does attack women in particular, and that is so damn far from the truth. This kid is attacking men, women, and animals, guys. So yeah. So this whole little online Twitter controversy that everyone's trying to make a big deal about Brightburn, there is no controversy. It is a straight up horror kill movie, guys. Don't make it anything more than what it is. That's my review for Brightburn, guys. Do you guys plan to see it this Memorial Day weekend? If you guys did appreciate this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below your thoughts if you have seen it or if you plan to see the movie this weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe and bell notification to always get notified about content like this. And you can always listen to my podcast on iTunes, CastBox, and Google Play Music. All right, guys, thank you so much. Till next time, I'm gone. Peace.